Welcome, everybody, to Car Mechanic Simulator. This is not a fresh start for me. I've been working on this game for a while. It's part of an upcoming video project where I get 15 platinum trophies of various rarities. And honestly, I'm kind of burned out on that at this point. The super rare, ultra rare trophies are usually the kind of games I'm not into. And the ones that I am into, they just take a really long time, or there's other things that are more exciting that I want to play. So I'm going to do this series here to try to help me get through the grind. And the grind is in my mechanic shop, I have a certain number of special order cars I have to fix up. And it's just monotonous. And at this point, every single one of them needs to be totally taken apart, stuff swapped out, and then fixed. And I don't know if you saw it or not from the main menu, but I haven't played this since February because, well, the burnout is real. So my hope here is that I can do one of these, record it, do some commentary, and then kind of keep myself on track, because I figure I could do one or two of these a week, send them out, and be good to go. So let me know if that's something you're into or not. If you're not, that's fine. I totally get it. This is more of an accountability feature than anything else. So here's the car that requires fixing, and all the rusty parts need replaced. As you can see, just about everything needs replaced. Let me try to remember the controls here. All right, so the tablet. No, not what I wanted. I want... Hold on. Let me see, what do I want? I want to see the list of what's wrong with you. Okay, that's the notes. Inventory. Oh yeah, do I need to get rid of stuff? I probably need to get rid of stuff. Okay, well, can work on that. Car status, that's what I'm looking for. So I need all of these things. All I've done is run the normal tests. Everything else that's in here that doesn't say, that says part not discovered, I need to take apart, physically touch to see. So that'll be fun. All right, now, how do I? Not that. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Let's sell some stuff. Let's sell parts that are below 100%. Okay, those are gone. And let's move around the oil pipe, and let's go into the warehouse. And let's just stick all this miscellaneous stuff. Lots of brake stuff. So that'll be nice to use one day, maybe. The bushings always come in handy. We're not going to get rid of those. I do remember that much. Okay. Now there's nothing for it but to start taking this entire car apart. So let's get started on that. So for those of you that have never played the game, see how this is outlined in green, but this is outlined in yellow? You can't undo the yellow because of the things in red. So to get to the engine head cover, I have to remove the ignition coil. I'm just going to crank these nuts off, or crank these bolts off, I guess. And just start taking the entire car apart. I don't know. No, I don't want to fill it up. I'm going to want to empty it out. Depending on how this goes, this may be largely just a fast-forwarded mess until we get to the end. But we'll see. And everything I take apart does provide experience. Well, since I'm here. Let's work on you. And the experience upgrades your shop. As far as trophies are concerned, the only thing I need in this mode is to finish these cars. Everything else I can basically get in sandbox mode or unlimited money mode or whatever you want to call it. But I like to make things difficult on myself, so if I can get it done in this mode, I'm going to. Reasonably. I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time in here than I have to, but reasonably, if I can do it in here, I will. Okay, so this part has to come out so that this belt can come off, so that the crankshaft pulley can come off, so the water pump can come off, so the idle roller can come off, alternator, timing cover. If nothing else, this game will tell you why some parts cost so much money in labor to replace. Because some of these things you have to go through the entire car to get to. And that's just not a lot of fun. Come on. We're gonna get this all apart. And then we're gonna buy new parts. And then we're gonna put you all back together. And that'll be an episode. Alright, at this point, I think I'm just gonna spare you guys. And I'm going to put it on kind of more like a montage mode. So I'll catch you once everything's taken apart. We got everything. Good. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go into our inventory. We are going to sort by name. Oh, I need to take those wheels apart. Okay, hold on. We're not quite ready. Shock goes in. Wheel goes on. Off, put on the other one, take you off, put on the next one, take you off, take you off, put on the next one. Next one. No more. Alright. So now, in our inventory, everything's sorted by name. And there's supposed to be a way supposed to be a way to know what the minimum replacement is. Repair with minimal part condition of 100. Okay, I think it's just if it's red, it needs replaced. So we're going to go with that. So, inventory. Now we can add to shopping list. So this is red. So added to list. To list. On down the line. I'm going to be extra careful, and if it's orange, I'm going to go ahead and replace it as well. That will probably cost me money, but I would rather lose a little money since I don't remember the specifics, rather than having to tear this apart and do it again. So all I'm doing is going down in exactly the alphabetical order and adding the red and orange parts to the inventory. It's always the fuel pump in this game. No way. Is that really? Okay, there we go. I can't believe none of the bushings are bad. They're always bad. That's why I have so many. Alright, now for this, we're just gonna get 4 new spark plugs. I don't mess with spark plugs. They can go away. Tires are good. Wow, we're getting pretty lucky on this one. Pretty lucky. Okay. So now that we got our shopping list, let's go spend the money. I think it's up parts. Yes, it's up parts. Let's open the shopping list. Step away for a few minutes. For you, it was instantaneous. For me, it was like 10 minutes. So I don't remember what I had just said. But now that we have our list for shopping, we just go through in alphabetical order and we buy the things. So I need an ABS module. Check. I need an ABS pump. Check. I need a standard air filter. Check. So on and so forth through the whole list, which I will not make you watch while I just say stuff to fill time. So instead, editor. Cue the elevator music and speed up the footage. Done. We start putting all of our pieces back together. There we go. Part mount. All right. And really, the hardest part of this game, outside of just the patience and the precision for moving thumbsticks, is not missing a bit. That is actually tricky. Because there's just so many little things. And it's always fun when you get something totally back on. Then the stuff don't work. Alright, just real quick. Yep, there's the crankshaft, and the flywheel was never in doubt. Okay, just before we get all the way back in here, let's Let's put the clutch release bearing back on. The gearbox. While we're under here, oil filter. Drive shaft. Steering rack. What other miscellaneous bobs can I put in from this side? Congratulations, kid. You got a whole new battery. Eventually I'll be able to charge them, but for now, I just buy a new one. New bearing. New bearing. New bearing. It's always a bearing that I miss. Knuckle. Lower suspension with a new bearing, with a new bearing. And slowly but surely, we rebuild everything we've taken apart. And honestly, this is a fun game. It's just, to get the platinum, it's kind of overstaying its welcome for me. Because now it's just wash, rinse, and repeat over and over. And that loses an element of fun. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Class. I should be walking towards this thing. And putting tires together. And putting springs together. And balancing a wheel. We are balancing. Balanced. Second to last one. Let's go do something productive while we wait. Build. Connect. Connect. Bolt. Find the little piece and bolt it in. Put on a tire. I don't know that the size matters. I hope it doesn't. Go get the other tire. Walk under the car for no reason. That's all of them, right? There, that's all of them. Build it out. Exhaust. This is exhausting. How far can I go without moving? That far. Okay, it won't let me go over there. That's fine. Come on. Let's move over this way. Let me move over. I don't want the oil filter. I want to be over here. Okay, they said there was nothing wrong with these bearings, so I'm gonna, or these bushings, so I'm gonna reuse them and hope that they're right. In fact, let's not hope, let's check. None of the bushings are on the list, so theoretically we should be fine. Okay. Bay. More bolts. And that little piece in there, what is that, the wheel hub? Yeah. The front axle. And some brakes. And some calipers. And the sway bar. Now we should, yep, tire. Okay, good. Look at that sweet tire action. Let's go get our last one. I'm always disoriented when I come out. Right, we got all of our bits and bobs. So now, I'm pretty sure I can just put this stuff on the back here. Let's get that muffler. Fuel tank. Fuel pump. Aqua housing. Suspension cross member. Rear suspension arm. Shock absorber. Suspension arm. Bushing. There we go. Wheel hub. Wheel hub. More bolts. Brake disc. This is a 4-disc car. Normally the back are drum. For them and their modernity. There we go. Sway bar. Bushing. Should be another one down here, and there is. Here. Here. They're tricky things, I tell ya. I don't know if, because this is the original Mechanic Simulator, I don't know if 2021 has an option to like highlight the bits you're missing. But if it doesn't, maybe add that as a DLC, guys. 'Cause looking around for the thing you're missing. Sway bar. Wheel hub. Rear wheel hub. Dog just came in. Hi, buddy. Lay on down. Good boy. He has arthritis in his hip. He's an old boy. At this point, he's 2 years past the average lifespan for his breed, so just having some arthritis, he's doing pretty good. Next, suspension arm. Come on around and bushing. And bearing, hub, tire. But before the tire, let's pretend to be realistic and get all this other stuff. Oh, did I forget the suspension on the other side? I think I did. Let's go check. I don't see any suspension over here. What do I gotta do? What am I missing? Camera angles jacked. Let's see. Oh, missing a bushing. To put on this arm. Bushing! Spring cap, there we go. I wonder if real mechanics are like this. I hope not, for their sake. Yeah. Alright, what's preventing me putting a tire on this side? Cue the Jeopardy music. Just kidding. I don't want to get demonetized or sued. There. Found it pretty quick. Now I think we're safe to lower this. We'll have to raise it again once I get the pistons in, but... And I'm sure there's someone screaming at the screen right now, you could have put this on an engine stand. And yes, I could have, but I didn't want to. For me personally, I just use the engine stand when I'm building a new engine for a car that I'm working on. But that's just me. You do you. Build out parts. Gotta secure our pistons. There should be a couple more. There we go. I'm finding them. There's this one. And there it is. Huzzah. Great camera work. Good job. Oil pan. Now I can put oil in it when the time comes, and I think that's everything under here. I've probably forgotten something, that's how it goes, but... Let's start adding parts in. Yep, look at that. What did I just say? Part mount. This doohickey. There we go. Back down. At least this one, as far as I know, didn't have any bodywork requests, so... Hooray for the little things, I guess. Although the bodywork stuff is a lot more fun than the engine stuff. Just to me, anyway. I can't wait till I unlock the paint shop. All kinds of trophies to get for that. There we go. Filter, servo, pump. Let's get this in before I get too much stuff built up around it. Because while I can float through the car, I do try to put stuff in sort of logically when I know what I'm doing. Fuel rail. Intake manifold. Ooh, shiny and new. So many screws. Throttle. Okay. Get the starter in there before I start putting big stuff in the way. This probably should have gone in before now, but I didn't see it. Exhaust manifold. That was the first thing I took off of this car, if I remember correctly. Engine head. Spark plug. Ignition coil. I went ahead and I got new ones of all of these just because they're relatively cheap, and then I don't have to worry about messing something up. Fill her up. Can I not fill her up? No? Why don't you let me fill her up? Concerning. Is it because I need to be in this mode? Yeah, that's why. I have no idea to know when you're full, so that's enough. Arbitrary amount. Let's check. I still need the timing belt and cover, tensioner, cam gear. Okay. Yeah, those are all outside thingies, so we're pretty good there. I'm sorry, the engine block? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, we're gonna fast forward, because everything's gotta come back out. Gosh. I don't like this game. Okay. Back to the fast forward. as you saw, that took me multiple attempts to get everything right, which is what's super frustrating about this. I'm sure it's just me missing easy things, not my personality, whatever, but it gets really frustrating to get something set up, tear it all apart, do it again. Who knows? Maybe that's like a real mechanic. Anyway, that vehicle is gone. We are one step closer, and let's pull in the next one, which will be the Salem Kirin, which will be the next thing that we do on the next video, because I have to get these done. I forget how many I need. Actually, let's go check that out. How many do I need? Just says finish the game special missions. I don't know how many that is, but repair minimal part condition 41%. All right, so that's orange, so we can do that again. Let's go ahead and take the order because we need it anyway. There's the car. Let's put you on the lift. Let's put you on the lift. Move car to the lift. There we go. And we'll get this all set up to do next time. Also, before we leave, we have a slight problem of all this garbage in our inventory. So we're going to sell parts with a condition of less than 100%. There we go. All right, guys, it's been fun. That's about all of this my brain can take right now. So until the next time, I'll catch you later.